question, how is this possible? The answer subtle, synchronicities audible. Keys unlocking, belief expanding. Frame by frame, new life commanding. No chase, no match, I embody the key. The light I own unlocks destiny. Raise my vibration, reality shifts. Every dream I desire already exists. Nothing's coming to me, no, no. Already here, when I raise my vibration, the vision is clear. Vision is clear. If you want it, grow it. If you believe it, know it, believe it. It's all about frequency. If you dream it, live it, live it. If you receive it, give it. No, nothing's missing. I'm it. It's all about frequency.
Oh,
If you really want it.
welcome on in, everyone. Happy Friday.
As Ms.Blue
Oh my goodness. Happy Friday. How are you feeling? How are you doing? Also, let me know where you're tuning in from, what city, what state, what country, what continent. And yes, oh my goodness, baby, it's hot. It is so hot outside. Let me know where you all are tuning in from. Welcome on in, you guys. I am Oracle, and I want to welcome you on in. Welcome you on in. It's Friday. It's Friday, and it's hot. It's hot. And I see you guys are tuning in from all over. So good to see you. So good to see the Soul family in the building. I wanted to come on. I kind of contemplated this a little bit, but because of all the emails I've been getting in the last couple of days, I said, let me check in, especially for those of us that are out there. And we know that tomorrow, for those of us in America, it is the 4th of July, the 4th of July. And there's been some powerful things that are happening. It's a lot of energy on the planet right now. And you all let me know if you can feel that. Not just the heat from the sun, but there's a lot of energy on the planet right now. And a lot of things are changing, and it's changing fast. It's changing really, really fast. I want to say happy born day to everyone celebrating a born day during this time. And it's also, we're still in Cancer season. And so happy born day to all the Cancers in the building. And I want to welcome you guys in. You are tuning in from my birth city, Brooklyn, New York, in the building. Let's see. You guys are tuning in from all over the world. Brooklyn is in the building. Good to see you. Good to see you in the building. Let me know, you guys, where are you tuning in from? We have Lafayette, Louisiana in the building. I know Essence Fest is going on. That's happening as well. Welcome on in, tuning in from Tennessee. Oh, wow. You said it was blazing earlier today and now it's raining. Yeah, it's a lot going on. Welcome on in from Rocket City, Alabama. Welcome on in. Good to see you. Good to see you. Columbus, Ohio. Yes, it is so. Oh, you guys, when I tell you it is hot outside, baby, it's hot and it's coming in hot. And we're going to talk about it because remember, I've been telling you guys for the last couple of years when the wave of consciousness is coming in. Now, we know this terminology about the waves of consciousness became something that was very, very highlighted during the work of Dolores Cannon. But the truth is, there's been so many times that waves of consciousness have been coming in. And so, yeah, we got a big wave that is coming in, and we're going to talk about what that means at this time for us. I also will be taking your questions. But hold on, I have some announcements before we do that. Greensboro, North Carolina in the building. So beautiful out there. And then also the ATL is in the building, and we got San Francisco in the house. Good to see San Francisco in the building. Want to welcome everyone on in. Let's send those invites out. And so if you guys are in the building, definitely you want to dial a friend or screenshot it. And we want to push this out to the algorithm so as many people as possible can really tap in. So Queens, New York is in the building. We got more of Brooklyn in the house. Always good to see Brooklyn in the building. Detroit, Michigan is in the house. Welcome on in, coming in from Detroit. I was actually just looking at an article and they were talking about some things that were going on in Detroit too. Pretty interesting. As well, we got, is this Cincinnati? Cincinnati. In the building. Welcome on in. And then we got Mega Miss Little, who is tuning in from the Marsh Islands. And so I want to welcome you on in, Donna. It's good to have you in the building. Good to be here. Ooh, it's 101 in Queens. Wow. Well, listen, I am tuning in from Texas, and I know, I don't care what the temperature says it is on the outside, but there is a massive, when I say massive, heat wave going on. I know it says it's in the 90s, but I promise you guys, it is so much hotter. I don't care what it says. It feels like it says it's 93 degrees. 93 degrees, and we have high winds. I think we're getting some of the Sahara winds that are coming in, and the Sahara winds are coming in. They coming in hot. They coming in hot, like everything is coming in hot. You know, it's coming in so, so hot. Yeah, we got Houston, Texas in the building. Welcome on in. Florida is in the building. A lot of H-Town in the building. Good to see you guys. Durham, North Carolina. Brittany Vines, welcome on in. Ooh, tuning in from Belize. Welcome from Belize. Good to see you tuning in from Belize. A beautiful city over there as well, country over there. Just arrived back from Canada. And it was hot. It was 42 degrees Celsius. Wow. Wow. All right. Elizabeth, New Jersey. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. What's that? Lacostas Grove, Georgia. Sounds like a beautiful place. Thank you for tuning in. We have California in the building. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Houston, Texas. Mama is the source. Priestess Melanie says, my car says 114 degrees. Listen, I know y'all seen that title. Those who get it, get it. Baby, it's hot outside. Baby, it's hot outside. Yeah, but welcome everyone on in. Thank you all for checking in, and also letting us know there is a massive heat wave, and it's not just happening in America. You know, it's actually going on in Spain and some of the other countries around the world. And I'm not talking about places where they're used to having heat to this degree. I'm talking about those who are not used to having heat this degree. And a lot of casualties, even some that just recently happened in Philadelphia, you know, as well too. And so my heart goes out and I'm sending love. You know, I was talking to my mother earlier from South Carolina, and I want to tell you guys something. I know you hear my voice. My voice is actually in the process of recalibrating. And this is something that I've been going through pretty much my whole life. When there are massive upgrades that happen on the planet, my voice is recalibrating. I honestly think that I'm being most affected this time because when it comes to looking at the planet as a whole, and I think many of us can agree with this, us particularly in the West, and on our hemisphere, this is the throat chakra for the whole planet. And so I find it interesting that this weekend, particularly as we have all of these major events going on, there is a shift in consciousness that's happening. There's a lot of incoming energy that's happening. And this is one of the reasons why I ask you all, how are you feeling? How are you feeling right now? It's important that you check in with your body, see how you're feeling, because there's a major things that's going to be happening on this planet. You know, some would call it a ritual, but I think it's something even deeper than a ritual that is going on. It's something that is more cosmic and more galactic. It's not localized to us on this planet, but the throat chakra on the planet is being recalibrated. There's a lot of light that is coming into the planet, and that has been, but it's attempting to raise the vibration and the frequency on the planet up to the 5D level. And this is something that we've been talking about. And so many of us are getting an upgrade. And so some things that I want you to be mindful of. It's important that you are mindful of your energy, mindful of making sure you're getting enough rest, that you're drinking enough water, that you are really paying attention to what is happening with you. That's what's important, right? That is so important, that you make sure that you're taking care of yourself, that you make sure that you are getting the rest that you need. You are listening to your body. All of these things, because not just us is getting this recalibration, and it really has a lot to do with our unconscious of these cosmic frequencies that's coming into the planet and that is being released from Earth. So there is a release that's happening. This is another reason why a lot of the earthquakes and things are going on all over the planet that we're seeing that's happening absolutely everywhere. So it is a lot going on. It is a wave of consciousness. And, you know, everyone is not going to be waking up. That's not the point. And where we end up, that is going to be completely different depending on where you are. But one thing is for sure, I know you all can feel it. So take note of that. You know, take note of that. Take note of it. The more that you can stay present, the more that you can stay embodied of who you are, the more that you can move through this ascension, because we're ascending, remember, within our bodies. You know, we're not ascending up out of here. But that's another thing. There will be a lot of souls who will be exiting stage right during this window that's opening. And it's a time where a lot of people are together. And so some of the bigger events is happening on the planet, which is the soccer, the whole soccer thing that's going on all over the planet. There's it's going to be a lot of eyes on, a lot of attention on things. Don't get so distracted. Don't get so distracted that you lose sense of yourself. All right. So before I go there, I want to make a few announcements, but I do want to welcome Lola Falana in the building. Thank you, Lola. Good to see you. But this is what I want to tell you all. Tomorrow is the 4th of July. And I don't know if you guys seen the community post, but in the community post, I'm going to be doing something. It's something I put in motion a long time ago, maybe about 4 or 5 months ago, but I didn't really sort of push it all the way out there, but I've been working on it behind the scenes. And that is, we are going to be answering questions for the collective, right? Because I know the questions that you all hold, and us together answering these questions is going to be some big insight for everyone on the planet. And so I have a post, and in that post, I want you to think about what question has come up for you, but not just for yourself, for all of the beings on the planet, those of us that are working towards expansion. Remember, one of the things that I will keep sharing, and again, you guys, my voice is recalibrating. So, sorry, not sorry, right? But I want you to understand why I sound like that. My voice is recalibrating, and many of you have been with me through recalibration of my voice. It's because I hold a lot of healing frequencies in my voice, and from time to time, there will be a recalibration. And many of you may have had this happen to you, but maybe you're not sure. Like, you haven't been screaming, you haven't been over talking, like nothing is wrong, but you can hear it in your voice and you can see the drastic changes that is happening. And that is a recalibration of your frequency and your vibration. Many of us who are healers on the planet, those of us who use our voice for activation, or we're consciously aware about using our voice in our everyday life, you will experience this from time to time. So that being said, I put the post up and I said, ask questions. You can ask any question that you want. It just cannot be a personal question, because that's not for personal questions. And what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to answer. I'm going to channel the question and I'm going to answer the question. I'll be connecting with the higher council, the Oracle Council, the Galactic Council, and I'm going to be answering the questions, and then I'm going to post those answers for the question. And some of you have some great questions. And I know a lot of things is coming up. I see the question about CERN, and I can't wait to get into that. I almost wish that I would have... I almost wish that I would have went ahead and answered the question, because that's one that I seen coming. And so I'll just tell you guys a little bit about what you're hearing on social media, but I'm also going to tell you what the council is saying. CERN is shutting down. They have shut down their operations, and they're shutting down for like 4 years, 3.5, 4 years. And so they came up with this very public reason why they're shutting it down. We're going to look at that, but we're also going to look at some other things about why now. Why are they shutting down? I personally feel it's because exactly of what I've been sharing with you guys right here. And that is that there is an incoming wave. And this incoming wave of light that is coming into the planet, right now. And that's why they shut down, because this is changing. We are literally flipping on the switch to what many of our ancestors have known as going into the golden era. We're getting ready to go back into the old golden era. Now, we're not going to see everything for the golden era at this particular time, but you can feel it. That bit of inspiration, no matter how gloomy it gets in this world, that you're feeling like there is a change. You know, our ancestors had it. And what's the brother's name that sung the amazing song? A change is going to come. A change is going to come. And this is where we are. That is really sort of the portal, the gateway to the golden era that we are stepping in. It's like driving. I'm going to give you an example. And you are in the midst of a storm and it's raining. You can barely see in front of you. Yes, thank you, Sam Cooke, our brother Sam Cooke. But it's raining so hard and you can't see. The wind is blowing and it's raining. It's crazy. But all of a sudden, you look up and you can see in the horizon that the sun is out and the clouds are there. So what do? Do you pull over because you're afraid of the rain and the wind? Or do you continuously make your dedication to keep moving forward, slowly but slowly? Do you keep moving forward and keep your eye on the fact that all you have to do is get past this portion and then the sun is out again, the clouds are out again, and the rain is gone? This is where we are as humanity. This is the time. And so every soul that is alive on the planet right now, you came back for this moment now. So you're going to hear that term about the golden age or the golden era. And you know what it made me think about? I can't remember what year I put this out, but you guys remember the Galactic Files? The new era. Remember that? And so earlier today, I was working in the Galactic Files and I was working with the magic mirror. You know, this magic mirror is actually, I did this in 2024. The magic mirror here, where I teach you how to go in and how to scribe in here. And so you can see things. You can tune your third eye. You can tune your pineal gland in here. You can do that. There's an exercise that you go through. And while I was writing on my activation paper and taking a look at this, it was amazing what came up. So this is the time that we're literally in. This is the era that we're literally in. And I want you all to really, really get that and feel that. It doesn't mean that we're out of the woods. I want you to think about driving, knowing that it's storming, but being able to see the sun up ahead, because that's exactly where we are. Yes, yes. And this is where that inspiration did come from, Brother Bobby Hemmett. And I had his magic, his mirror pack, his picture pack with the mirror in it. And this is my version I made of this. I have several different ones of them, but this one I handcrafted and made. Very powerful. So this golden age that we are stepping into, and I want to say, welcome on in. You guys know how to make a sister feel good. Welcome in, the Alchemist Empress. Good to see you in the building. Welcome to everyone on in. But listen. Listen, 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 listen. It's some times ahead, some powerful changes in time ahead. We are becoming more crystalline beings, and our DNA is getting an upgrade. And that's what many of you are feeling right now. You are feeling yourself upgrading, but it's a different kind of upgrade. It's not an aesthetic. That's not the upgrade, even though you may want to update your aesthetics. And a lot of people, you can see them from Jay-Z. Why do you think he took his hair out? Yes, I understand the story the mind made about him showing something to his beautiful daughter and really helping her to understand about her hair. But he took his hair out because I believe his higher self let him know there is a massive upgrade that's coming in. There are incoming packets of light that is coming to the planet. And guess what? Nothing is more than an electrical antenna than your hair. So he took his hair out. There's been quite a few people who have been taking their hair out. You yourself might have decided to take your hair out and just let it be free, like something within your cells, something within your DNA is saying, listen, we need to catch this. We need to catch as much of this as possible. And that's what's happening. We all can feel it. You don't have to name it. You don't have to have the fancy language. You don't even have to do all of the studying. Because if your soul came back to experience this upgrade, guess what? You're going to experience it. And I want you to know that can be a little tricky for some. So this is when you don't want to do anything to overstimulate yourself, especially when you already feel like you're overstimulated, you know? Yeah. I did this about 8 months of braiding. My hair is, after 8 months of braiding, wow, my hair is free. I'm telling you guys, like it's been here. This is what's happening to all of us right now. Every single person on the planet. But every single person on the planet, we're not all going to ascend the same way. And that's okay. But there is a massive wave that is coming through. A massive wave that's coming through right now. And those who catch that wave, those who the activation comes in, you will know it. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to your dreams. Stay present as much as possible. Slow down on the road because right now everybody is it's a very electric energy that is moving through the planet right now. It's very highly activated and very electric. You don't want to do anything to overstimulate yourself if you're already kind of being up late at night or you can't sleep or you're sleeping and you're just so exhausted you can't wake up. Or your dreams have been otherworldly, or your dreams are taking you back into the past. And if you find yourself reminiscing, here's some of the signs. If you find yourself reminiscing about things from your childhood or when you were younger or things from a few years ago, this is your DNA that's happening. If you find that your physical body is in heat, like you are burning up, but there is nothing else going on, like you're not sick, you don't really have a temperature, but your body is hot. These are ascension signs, and you must pay attention to it, and you must also take very, very good care of your body. So important to take care of your body, all right? So I want to welcome you all in. I definitely want to ring the bell. I want to ring the bell, and I definitely want to ring the bell for all of us here. So for everyone who is self-invested, everyone who's been in any of the Galactic File classes, everyone who is a part of the Visionary Collectives, and that's what I call everyone here, the Visionary Collectives, absolutely everyone, all of the divine priestess in the building, anyone who has ever been in this space and in this energy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm going to take questions, but the questions that I'm going to take tonight, I want them to be your personal questions, but I do want to give you the way that I want to answer these personal questions. They need to be complete questions. I will be connecting, as I always do, with source, with your higher self, right? With divine wisdom, with quantum wisdom, with the ancestors, with angels, with your guides. I'm already in contact with them. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't want questions like, what do my guides want me to know? No, I don't. We must ask better questions. I don't want those. I don't want questions like, what do my ancestors want to tell me? I want you, if you have a question, to ask your question. Now, I will tell you, because I know how this can get, for those of you who do the super chat donations, I will get to your questions, okay? So we want to be open to receive in this portal. And I know, really I was moved to come on by a lot of your questions you guys have been emailing me. Now, some of you, this is not going to be like me doing the Oracle files or in your one-on-one sessions, but I am going to give you the answer and support. And that is my main purpose for coming on. But I'm also open for the super chat donations as well. And I will get to those questions, because I know that there are some of you in this collective, you have a question about you, personal questions. And, honestly, I will be still doing personal questions, but not as much going forward, because we have a mission, a greater mission that I know that we can all help while we're still helping ourselves. But don't worry, there will be spaces, and eventually there will be slots that open up where you can get your personal questions answered from me. And I am doing my best within alignment to make room for that, because I know that this is an important part of helping to assist you as you continue to do your work on the planet. And which the greatest thing that all of us can be doing right now is really embodying who we authentically are and leaning into that expansion. I personally don't feel we're on a journey. It's not a spiritual journey. We're spiritual beings, right? We're here, spiritual beings, in this human embodiment. And so that can't be taken away from you. Everything that you do is spiritual. What you're looking for is an expansion, because that makes the difference between being a spiritual being living on the planet in 3D and being a spiritual being and living in the planet of 5D and higher. I don't know about you, but living in 3D as a spiritual being is quite traumatizing. I don't want that. I want to be a spiritual being living on the planet in a higher, expanded dimension. And when I'm talking about that, I'm talking about your consciousness and what right now is getting seated on the planet. And I want you all to remember this, especially as we climb through this portal here, because this portal is actually going from the 3rd. Another peak moment is going to be on the 6th, and another peak moment is going to be on the 9th. And so through this window, there will be millions upon millions of people waking up to a different level of their consciousness on this planet, like millions of them. Okay? Like if you're feeling something, and right now as we're talking, it is 555. I want y'all to see that. Y'all see that 555? That's what it is. Y'all see that? Yeah. because there is a massive, massive wave, and I'm recalibrating. Mm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So I'm going to start with the questions here. And so this question here is P. Listen, can I not see, or is that blurry? Hold on a second, y'all. There we go. I have my screen like about this little. Let me pull it up there. Here we go. PRHR7475. Question is, why finding my passion with anything is hard? I try things, but nothing sticks. So the main thing that I'm getting is, one, it definitely is meant for you to work for yourself. There is something very unique that you will be bringing to the world. But what has to happen first before the passion is for you to lean more into purpose. And that is, you have to raise your vibration, your energy. And so this is about looking for, instead of looking for your passion, I want you to look for, where do you find joy? What kind of thing excites you? I personally feel that that's going to come for you, but it probably won't show up until maybe 4 or 5 months from now. I feel like there's more that you have. You're definitely a teacher, but there is some healing that must be done from within. And there are some things that you're still holding on to from the past. And I want you to let that go. And I want you to move into, like, take a class about something you know nothing about, right? Something that's quite challenging for you, but still interesting, that you know nothing about. Something great would even be like taking up learning how to sew, or how to crochet, or how to knit. And Spirit is showing me this because there is a connection between your hands and your brain with all of us. But this will bring you out of your mind so that you can fully relax and tap into yourself, so that creative side can come out a little bit more. But there is true forgiveness that needs to happen first. But you're on track. You're definitely a teacher, definitely in the healing arts. And one of the things particularly is working with women. It just is going to take a little bit of time. The last couple of years, I'm going to go back and say the last 2 to 3 years have been very trying for you. Very trying. And yeah, it's over now. It's over now. So this is the time for you to fall back in love with yourself. And that starts with how you speak to yourself, how you talk to yourself, and just allow yourself to be. But right now, nothing is supposed to be done. This is where you have to stop forcing things, and you have to start getting into trusting. But I want you to work on your self-love. 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 Yeah. Thank you for the question. Yeah. And remember, you guys, I did tell you about the super chat donations, because those are your questions. I want you to think about your questions and remember what I said about the questions. All right? Yeah. So let's see. Lola, I don't know if you're keeping track of who's going next, but definitely put that up. If you can put that up for me, that would be great. Because I think there were some I think there were some other questions, so I'm going to have to see. Yes. Okay, you're keeping track. Okay, perfect. So let's go. All right, Miss Blue, don't see Ashley in my dreams. Much does she have anything to say to me? Also, my prototype glasses are here. If you want a pair for free. How beautiful. Um, hmm. Yeah, I'll have to definitely get that. That sounds interesting. Well, here's the thing. Whenever one of our loved ones don't show up in our dreams right away, it is because we are going through a period where we must trust, know they are still with us, but this is the time that your soul is here and it's work that you must do alone. And even though we know we are never alone, but there is a time where our soul family, whether that be a loved one for us in the ancestor realm, whether that be an ancestor, whether it be our guides and our angels, where we have to really embody ourselves. Remember, their whole purpose is so that we can become more multi-sensory, more multi-dimensional, and learn to trust that they are always with us no matter what. And so right now, Ashley is not saying anything to you because you are doing amazing. And this portion of it, you need to continue. Know that she is there. And just because she's not in your dreams, to get to the point where you know, regardless, she is there. She is not going to leave you. She is not leaving your side. Neither is your spirit guides. Neither is your ancestors. None of that. But there is a portion where we must continue to move forward. And this is really when we are coming into an upgrade within our lives. A lot of times what they will do is they will just kind of stand back. They're still there, but they're just going to stand back because you have to make a clear soul's choice on your own. We are not here to be dependent on anyone. And I know you know that, but this is this stepping back is to give you that space to know that you have had the love, you have had the support, and that you will always have it. And now you must carry your vision, your dream, your passion, your purpose, and carry that forward. And that's why. And usually once we come out of that window, our loved ones will start to either we will feel them close again or we'll be able to be back in communication because that's never lost. And they may even return back into the dreams. So remember that. Yeah, good luck. And definitely those prototype glasses sound amazing. So yes, I'm going to have to definitely connect with you. Please send me an email. I know you guys, I'm behind on emails, but I'm going to get to them. All right, let's go here next. I thought I could go there. All right. Ooh, I absolutely love this question. How am I going to evolve? YHI, July and August. I guess that's in July and August. Well, how you're going to evolve is really up to you. That's your choice. But I will tell you this, you will be evolving because we only have two choices here on earth. Whatever is not growing is dying, and you will continue to grow. You will continue to evolve. What I would like for you to focus on is expansion. And sometimes we think about expansion as something happening to us and not something we're initiating. But I want you to think about expansion as initiation. You're expanding your consciousness. So what is it that you could learn? What is it that you could do? What is it that you can shift within your awareness to allow you to trust yourself more, to allow you to get outside your comfort zone more and do more things that bring you joy? One of the most powerful things that we can do on the planet right now is really to lock in to our authentic self. Because once you lock into your authentic self, you are activating what I call the God spark. And when you activate that God spark, that's when you find joy. That's when peace is there. But I'm going to tell you something else that gets activated. Your creativity, power gets activated during that particular time. And that's when you can make anything your purpose. Because when you're at an elevated state of consciousness, anything can be your purpose. And you can filter that energy into anything, whether you're helping someone, whether you're building your business, whether, it's something you're creating, whether it's something you want to experience in your life. Maybe you want to move. Maybe you want to build a house. Maybe, you want to partner with somebody and start a nonprofit. Whatever that is, you have to raise your vibration in order for you to connect. Remember, everything that you want, desire, it already exists. You just have to. It's kind of like climbing a ladder. If I'm too low down to the ground, I can't see what's up here. What I'm looking for is already there. I just have to raise my frequency to get it. That's it. It's already there. So you are going to evolve, but you are a sovereign being. You are a powerful sovereign being. And so I want you to think about how and what is it that you desire to experience in this lifetime. And I want you to start working towards that. And that's going to assure that as you evolve, you're not free falling. You really have a heartfelt intention on what that evolution of you is going to be. And that's how it is. Yeah. Yeah. So whatever that is, it doesn't matter what it is. If it's to recall past life memories, that's what I want you to work on. I want you to start setting the intention before you go to sleep at night that you are able to go in the astral realm and connect with past life memories. If that's what you want, but it has to be something else. Why do you want to connect with past life memories? What is the point of that? I want you to be very intentional. There you go. Next question. Sorry about that, you guys. I'm just going through. CJ Jones, thank you so much. If you guys are not putting it with your question, I need you to put it with your question. So I know, because it's too many questions for me to go back. And I don't even know if I'm in the right order. I'm not. So let me look over here. Yeah, let me look over here. I think this is next. Let's see. All right. Ooh, let's see. So it says, what does it mean to hear music in your dreams? Like old music, like old songs and powerful tunes I never heard before in this lifetime. Well, this sounds like one of your spiritual gifts are coming online for you. I would encourage you to see if there's a way that you can get one of the free programs online and see if you can pull that music through. Many artists, just like Michael Jackson, just like Stevie Wonder, and even just like, I'm trying to think of the other artists. It's been so many, Prince, so many incredible artists that would hear music and sounds in their minds, and they would then take what they're hearing internally and they would turn it into a song. And this is how a lot of great musicians, a great artists have worked with their craft. So if you're hearing songs and music, and these are things you've never heard and they don't exist on this planet, see if you can get with someone or you yourself, work with this, because this is another ability that is coming online. It actually is an intuitive ability that is coming online. And this intuitive ability, you know, how the universe was created, one of the most universal languages throughout all space and times is music, which is frequency, which is vibrations. So if you're getting a set of vibrations that are coming in for you, I want you to write them down. Earth, Wind, and Fire, and the lead singer of Earth, Wind, and Fire, a lot of his stuff came in to him intuitively as well. So I want you to write those things down, and I want you to do it. Just like, you know, Candy from The Real Housewives, you know, she's an incredible artist as well, and she's an amazing writer. And she could hear tunes and things, and they drop into her consciousness as well. So we have a lot of people on the planet with this spiritual gift. And this is you coming into your gift of that as well. So I'm excited. I would love to hear, you know, if you're able to craft this out and pull this together, you know, so that you can get it out. So what you want to do is, even if you think you can sing or can't sing, you can hum. I want you to get your phone out and record and start humming these beats. Because one thing I'm going to tell you guys during this powerful portal window, things, don't take for granted that things will stay with you, because they may not. You may think, oh yeah, I'm going to remember that dream, or, oh yeah, I'm going to remember that saying. Oh yeah, I'm going to remember what happened, and you won't. And you won't be able to pull it back. You won't be able to catch it. So we need to be on our scribe-ish, right? So we need to be documenting like good scribes and writing these things down, noting them, recording them, making sure we have them and keep them close to us. Because as we step further into this 5D frequency and vibration, you know, the portal has been open for a long time, but now there's a collective coming together. So I don't want you to think that 5D is, we're not leaving this planet going to another planet. That's not what we're doing. We're ascending within our own physical bodies. We're becoming more crystalline beings. And when we become more crystalline beings, when we become more like crystal, then there's certain passes of light and vibration and frequency that can travel through our cells, right? There is a certain level of consciousness that will begin to start waking up. DNA that for years science would call junk DNA. These were not junk or drunk DNA. They were dormant DNA. That DNA has the potential to wake up. And some of it is based on your soul life plan and the soul group that you came back for, right? And it's based on your consciousness. And so the more that we raise our frequency, expand our consciousness, we are able to channel more of our soul light into this dimension here. And so that expression of heaven on earth, this is where we're able to create heaven on earth. When we say we are in our God state or our God state of consciousness, this is us channeling the light of God deeper within our physical bodies. But you have to have your DNA has to be calibrated and crystalline to a point where it can even hold that kind of frequency, because it is a high vibration. Like this crystal here, always going to be one of my favorite because one of the soul family sent me this crystal many, many years ago, and from his father digging it out of the ground in Africa. And he sent me this chunk of this crystal. And, you know, amethyst is said to be one of the higher frequencies on this planet, vibrational crystals on this planet. And so literally that's what our cells are doing. Our cells are becoming more crystal-like. So it can hold a higher frequency. It can hold a higher vibration. It can hold it. But see, you have to be able to hold it. Right now, we're kind of playing around with our guard sparks, many of us, right? Because we can't hold it for long. So we're there for a little while and then we're not. Now we have the opportunity to maintain. And so this window from the 3rd, which activates today, the 6th, another wave is coming in. And then the 9th, another huge wave is coming in, and thousands of people are waking up. And believe it or not, it'll be interesting to see what happened through these soccer matches that's going on, because that is one of the most powerful rituals that's going to be done on the planet, where so many people, their consciousness is wide open. When we get together, our field forms a vortex and our auras intertwined with each other. It's going to be something. When I tell y'all it's going to be something, the throat chakra on the planet is recalibrated. And I'm not telling you something I read in a book or someone told me. I know, because when I woke up a couple of days ago, I can feel my throat chakra recalibrating. And that recalibration is starting here in the West. And what did our ancestors from the East tell us from ancient Egypt? That the new rise would be where? In the West, because of the golden era of this recalibration. It's on the way. It's not quite here, but it is on the way. So there you go. I'm excited for you. I would love to have you come back and share with us about that music, about that sound, because that's kind of profound right there. All right. All right. Thank you, Green Tea. Thank you, C. Jones. All right. Let's see. Ms.Blue, I have been feeling so much lately. Are there any messages from the ancestors? Well, you're feeling so much because of this recalibration that we're going on. So remember, when I'm speaking to you guys, I'm speaking with your ancestors, I'm speaking with your guides. But this is why you're feeling so much lately. You're feeling so much lately. And one of the things I want you to do is I want you to stay close to you. And so don't allow yourself to get overstimulated by so much that's happening around you, so much that's going on in the world. You know, try to stay centered, try to stay grounded. Go outside, hug a tree, touch a tree, you know, eat lunch outside. One of the more powerful things you can do is to go outside and maybe put a little blanket down, find a beautiful park, and I want you to eat your food outside. Now, there is some things that's going on, and I don't know if you guys heard it. I don't have the official facts in front of me, but I'm going to tell you there is this virus that's going around. It's like parasites that are on fruits and vegetables. And I know it's big in Texas and some other place where people are getting digestive issues that are happening that is causing them to get the loose bowels for a long period of time. And so a lot of people are susceptible to this because a lot of people are having a hard time digesting their life right now. Remember, everything starts internally first, in the spirit world first, and then the physical. And when I say spirit world, I'm talking about within you. It starts on an emotional level first. That's what makes something more vulnerable than something else. I feel a lot of these people who are getting this, right, are recalibrating. And that is a part of the recalibration that they have chosen to go through for whatever reason their soul chose. I'm not going to go into all that here on YouTube because we know how that gets, but they're going through that recalibration. So I want you to think right now, you're feeling so much right now, but I want you to lock into your life. You know that your sensory abilities are coming online stronger for you, but you have to be able to use them. Use them. This is the key that I want you all to know, is that these things are happening to us not just so we can witness them. We have to come out of being a witness and come into being magic makers. I want you to use your sensitivity. And if your sensitivity is only pulling you towards things of fear, things of ego, things of lack, then that's an indication to raise your vibration. But your body is recalibrating. It's saying right now, we want your multisensory abilities to be clairsentience, right? And not so much that you can use it so you can detect fear in the world, but so you can use this so that you can detect expansion in your life and in the world. So, in order for that to happen, you need to ground yourself more. You need to get out of your mind. Meditation is going to be so key going forward for all of us. Meditation, sitting in silence, right? Qigong, things that can help you get out of your heart, get out of your mind. And so you can rest in the lower half of your body, standing on earth, so we can take in this higher vibrational frequency and healing energy, because there's tons of healing that has to come in. And here's another thing. We have to stop entertaining foolishness. I know it's tricky. I know sometimes it's entertaining, but we can't make that the bulk of our day. We have to get out of fantasy. Another reason people are feeling so much and they're becoming so sensitive is because it's an attempt of your higher self to bring you out of fantasy into reality, so that you can know that that life you're dreaming of, that life you're visualizing, you can actually live it. You don't have to only see it in the dream world. You don't have to only see it on your dream board. You don't only have to see it from a distance. You can live it. And so be easy with yourself. Be gentle, because you're getting a massive upgrade right now. And I want you to lean into that, but lean in with love and lean in with power. But these gifts are not coming online so we can witness. They're coming online because these are why we call them superpowers, or I do. So you can utilize your superpower. That's the reason they're coming online. That's why. So I want you to lean into that. And when you're feeling something, start to get very, very curious. Start to get very, very curious. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Green tea. And I want to say this to you guys. Remember when I said, I want you all to ask a question. Ask a question, not just what do they want to tell me. I want you to ask a question. So green tea, here's your question. You said, I've been sensing my late parents around, mainly my father. What message do they want to convey to me moving forward in life and actions? To do it boldly. And this is what your dad is saying, do it boldly and just do it. There's a lot of hesitation around you, and your father is coming because he's the one that could really speak those words to make you kind of smile and make you kind of, kind of shake off whatever was bothering you, so you would get out of your head so much and you would move forward and you would just go do it, or you would explore. The other thing your father is telling me is that you need to do more research. I feel like there is something that you want to do. There's a step that you want to take. They want you to do more research. You know, I see some land and I see a house. I see a house. I see a house. And so I don't know, but it seems like there's a sign in front of the house. So either there will be a sale of a house or a purchase of a house. But your father is saying, do your research, but take the action and do it. Stop getting in your head. Stop, boxing yourself in, because he's literally showing me boxes. But I see land, I see a house, I see a sign. And so this is telling me that there's either going to be a sale or a purchase of some sort of house, some sort of property, some sort of place. But get out of your head, move forward, live your life. And this is what your father is coming. He's coming to uplift you. You know, he's showing me this dirt road, and I'm looking at this dirt road, and on this dirt road, they don't really have any trees or anything on it. And then he's pointing to another road. And that road, that's a paved road. And it has beautiful trees and beautiful grass and beautiful hills and flowers all along it. And this is what he's telling you. You have to move towards something higher. That's an indication that you have to set your goals on something more for your life. You have to want something more than what you're wanting now and work towards it. Take your steps, take your action, move towards it. So your father is coming so he could cheer you up and get you moving so you can take some action. So there you go. There you go. She said he does all the time. Well, there you go. There you go, green tea. Wow, how beautiful. Your dad came through nice and clear. So Lola, I want to see, and welcome to everyone on in. Did C. Jones have a question? I want to make sure that I didn't go past C. Jones' question. Let me know if C. Jones had a question. You're so welcome, green tea. You're welcome. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. But yes, your daddy do have a message. He wants you to do it. Oh, yes, you did. Okay, so what's your question, C. Jones? Please put your question back in the chat. I want to say welcome to Michelle. Good to see you, Michelle. Welcome on in. Welcome on in, Priestess Erica. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome in, Cynthia McKinney. Good to see you. C. Jones, please put your question back in the chat so I can get it for you. Okay. How are y'all feeling? It is, is hot outside. Is hot. Okay. Let's see. I ask, is it redemption time for foreign currency RV reparation feeling anxious? When redemption time. So here's the thing. It is redemption time. And the currency doesn't matter. Reparation, it is time for reparation, and reparation is happening. But here's the thing. When you think about the wealth exchange is happening now. Many of us got reparation. Many of us got redemption from our ancestors and ourselves. We're not moving on it. We're not moving on the insight we're getting. We're not moving on it. We're not taking these ideas, these inspirations. We have to stop looking at everything so physical. Does it matter physically? Absolutely. But that is not the only way it's going to come in. Your redemption is going to come through. It could come through in that idea that you have. for the new healing center that you want to build. And suddenly you start to take action towards it. And next thing you know, you get the backing, you get the funding, you get everything that you need. And this center comes to light. It comes together when you say you want to move from this place to that place with your family, but maybe you don't have the funds to do it. But all of a sudden, you start focusing your energy on that, and all roads are clear and everything goes smooth as planned. We have to start thinking of it that way. You understand? We have to start thinking of it in that way. So the anxiousness that you're feeling is that there is a change that's happening inside of you. And that change says, no more waiting. The time is now. Live your life. Live your life. Something that is for you will not pass you. It will not miss you unless you dismiss it. And too many times we are dismissing the most important equation in the scenario, and that is ourselves. And that's how things go past us. But if you're feeling anxious, two things I want you to ground in. I want you to take your hand, place it over your belly button, and I want you to just sit with yourself and bring your consciousness down in your body and ask, is this coming to me or from me? And I guarantee you, you will see it is coming to you. It's not coming from you. And so sometimes we're just picking up energy in the atmosphere. Another thing that can make you anxious is that you're too far in the future. You're way too far in the future. Remember, the past, the present, and the future, and I'm sure you guys already know this, is happening at the same time. And we literally can remote view and we can travel, time travel. It's a real thing. You know, science and quantum physics have proved that consciousness is not local. Like my consciousness can move from here to there. I can. It's a real thing. I can take my consciousness and I could go to Japan. I could go to Argentina. I can go to Venezuela. And so you will make yourself anxious if you keep taking your consciousness and leaving your physical body. So stay at home. Come back to yourself. Stay local because you have access to all your gifts, all your power local, right? And remember, the redemption is happening. The wealth exchange, it's happening. You know, it doesn't matter if it's foreign currency, if it's US currency, it doesn't matter what it is. But it's not all going to come in the fact of someone handing you a piece of paper or something of that nature. It comes in other ways. And you have to acknowledge that, because the more you acknowledge it, the more you start to unlock things that was meant for you. And she says, that explains why I decided to retire and start my life coaching business. I love it. I want to open an empowerment center. See, that center came up. My business is a chance of a lifetime coaching. And that sounds amazing. I am so excited for you. Yes. So there you go. Powerful confirmation. And I'm so glad that you asked that question. You know, you just told me what I posted on my social media page about resting in peace by placing hand on chest. Well, beautiful. Welcome to the club, my dear. I've been doing that for 20 years. So welcome to the club. I love it. I love it. That is so powerful. And I'm so excited for you and your new coaching business, because I know it's going to be amazing. Yes. And empowering, and that center as well. So let that be your confirmation. Let's see. Have I reached the totality of my love life? No, you haven't. I know you was hoping for yes. The answer is no. I'm hearing a loud, soft no. You haven't. But what you have reached is the end of the way that you love and the way that you allow yourself to be loved. That's over. That world has crumbled. And so now it's time for a new way of loving. First, with yourself, Big Mama. I like that name, Big Mama. Harrison? Harrison? I don't know how to say it, so I don't want to mess it up. But you have reached the end of how you're loving. First, before you start to critique others in the relationship, I want you to change how you're loving yourself. So that era of you the giver and you can just take the little crumbs is over. And so you're looking for reciprocity, and that reciprocity has got to start with you. And so you haven't reached the end. However, that way of loving is over. And that's a good thing, because now you're starting to know more about what it means to be in love with you. And the only way we know that is if we love ourselves. So I want you to start falling deeper in love with yourself. And that is going to translate to everyone in your life. Everyone, right? Because the truth is, we teach people how to treat us. Now, they don't always respect how we teach them, but we really show them by how we love ourselves, right? And so that's where you got to stand on business. You know, you got that name Big Mama for a reason. That Big Mama name says, listen, this is what I said. I said what I said, but I need you to know what you said. And so this is about you returning home to you. This is about you falling madly and passionately in love with you. And that's going to change everything. So there you go. There you go. Beautiful question. Beautiful question. Beautiful question. All right. So that answered that question. Okay, let's see. Carbonated Tarzan says, where am I scattered right now? And how can I focus my energy to achieve maximum success? I don't really feel that you're scattered. I'm not picking up that you're scattered. I am picking up is that you're not sure about how you want to do what you want to do. But scattered, you're not scattered. Do you have many things that you want to do? Absolutely. Absolutely. There are many things that you want to do, but you're not scattered. How you can begin to start focusing your energy, because remember this, and I know you know this, energy goes where thought flows. And your thoughts, oh, you got some thoughts, and that's a good thing. I want you to use this month of June as more of a testing ground, right? Where you are trying things out and seeing what's working, where the flow is at, where the resistance is at. And just pick like 2 things, not 20, and start to work on those 2 things. Because one thing about you, when you are focused, you're kind of unmatched. Like you can make anything pop. You can make it shake, as they say. You can make it happen. But right now, I feel like there's some more learning that you need to do. And so I would say take about an hour during the day, and I need you to get real quiet. I need you to go into God mode. And I need you to approach it like a project. You're still approaching this as if it's something else. No, I want you to think of yourself as the head of this project. You're the project manager, And this is your project. And I want you to approach it in that kind of way. And so, really, what you're needing is some structure and some discipline, but you're not scattered. You're not scattered at all. In fact, you work good under a little bit of pressure. So, that is not doing it at all either. But you need some structure and you need some discipline and you need to pick two things and you need to become the project manager and start looking at your life at these things like you're the project manager and what direction you're going to take these two projects in, because it is all weighing on you. And once you do that, you're going to start to get clearer. But take yourself about an hour, meditate in that hour, get into God mode during that hour, structure your day so there is a flow in your day and there is intention in where you're putting your thoughts and your focus. And that's where you're going to see your greatest success. But I feel like June is going to be kind of like a testing ground for you and seeing that works. No, that didn't work. Let me try this. Let me put this here. Let me see if I do it like this. This is the testing ground. And through that testing ground, I am seeing here that what will happen, you're going to reignite a lot of creativity in you, but also a lot of discipline, right? A lot of discipline in the mind, discipline on how you're focusing and how you're spending your time. And it's going to open up for you. You'll eventually see which one is the one to put most of your energy into. But again, like I said, you work well with multiple things going on. So that's never been a problem and it's not going to be a problem now. But you do need structure within that and you do need discipline within that. So there you go. And good luck. I think it's going to be amazing for you. It's going to be amazing. All right, let's see who is next. All right. All right. All right. All right. We're going to lean into this one. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. And then, yes, you're so welcome. Yeah, going to start pampering myself. Got to get prepared for the new you. Yes, but the pampering I want you to do is on the inside. How you talk to yourself. That's your pampering. Where you wake up and you tell yourself how wonderful you are, how kind you are, how intelligent you are, how loving you are, how you finish things that you start. That kind of thing. That just because someone says something, you don't immediately get upset or offended by it. That you're open to other ideas and new ways of being. That's the pampering I want you to do. That pampering. Yeah, you got it. You got it. So, Cynthia, let's see. You said my oldest granddaughter, is my oldest granddaughter still with us? My family is concerned because we haven't heard or seen of her. I get a yes, she's still with us, but then I get a no. So I feel like there is something going on, and you can help me out here, that is sort of clouding her judgment. And so this clouding of the judgment can be one or two things. I feel like, even though I feel like this has something to do with her mental, her consciousness, like her state of awareness, like that's a thing, like she struggles mentally, and that has sort of clouded her judgment and how she sees life. So let me know if there is some sort of mental struggle here, even though I feel like this mental struggle came through some sort of drug or something, that was the onset. But I feel like it's clouding her judgment, but she's still here. I feel like you will hear something from her within the next week or so, like someone will contact the family and let you know where she's at and what's going on. But immediately when I attempted to get in her energy, she's very confused. I'm going to see if I can get through. Um, um, I'm going to see if I can get through. Through to her. So again, oh, I think she's schizophrenic. Yeah. I feel like she's here, but she's not here at the same time. How long has she been missing? I don't think that's a question y'all should ask. If she's been missing, and I know she do this all the time, but if she's missing and you know that she's struggling, because this is why I was picking up very much confused in her mental. You must, for 2 months, oh, y'all should have been put something out, even though she does this all the time. Now, I'm not going to tell you how to do your business, but can't nobody that's mine, meaning in my family, go missing for 2 months. I don't care if they do it every 2 months. You're not going to be gone for 2 months and we don't go looking for you. Yeah, I think somebody should put something in there for her. Yeah, yeah. But this time, this hit her pretty hard. I feel like she's here, but she's not here. And that explains the haze over her. Because immediately once I got into her energy, it's very, very confused, very separate, very, very there. So yeah, yeah. I would say, she came to you in your dream and said, I love you, Nana. I'm not here. Yeah, well, typically when a person is going through, and I'm speaking energetic because I'm not a medical doctor and I don't play one on the internet. When someone is going through those kinds of disturbances, there's a lot of confusion. Like I said, it's a lot of confusion within the thought. But I would say, yes, yeah. I mean, if she has a mother, if she has other people, yes, somebody should have put that in if it's been 2 months. Yeah, to search for her. And if you all know that that's something she suffers with, you can check hospitals, different places where they do put people to see. Yeah. She usually reaches out, but I feel like this time it really was heavy, heavy on her. Hmm. Yeah. I'm sending so much love to you and to the whole family. Yeah. Yeah. Sending so much love. Hmm. Hmm. All right. Let's see. Hmm. Let's see. I need to unplug and reset. Let's see. You're so welcome, Cynthia. I need to unplug and reset. I need a little unplug and reset. Want to take a vacation, getting over heartache, sorry, and grief, sorry, and procrastination. Where should I go to boost healing and focus? So, two of the places I'm getting came up with the A, and I got very excited. I got very excited. And so, there are some healing spas right? I know there's a lot of talk about the med beds, but the med bed and that center that will be like the med bed, because we are really moving into this time with energy, and it's going to be all about frequency. And y'all know how excited I am. I have been waiting for this my whole lifetime. So I am all about frequency. But I would say one of the places is if you can get to Arizona, there is a Black owned spa that is there that is owned by a sister. And it is incredible. And you're out sort of in the desert in a secluded, but yet very sacred and safe space. It is only for women, right? And everything there is very natural, intentional, and organic, from the food that you eat, from where you stay, from the tubs that you can bathe in when you're outside. And of course, we know about the powerful energy that is floating through Arizona. So I would say there. The other place is if you can get to in Arkansas, where they have some of the spring spas where you can get into the water. You know, those waters are healing waters. And find you a spa. And even if you go, you know, I'm hearing this echo over and over. Even if you can go for up to 3 days, that's max that you'll need. Spirit is saying don't go more than 3 days. Like, just even if you go 1 day or 2 days, but no more than 3 days. And that's going to be your master reset that you have there, where you can begin to start letting go, when you can begin to start, you know, sort of coming back to yourself, somewhere where you can be nurtured and somebody can wait on you, you know, someone can get you in the position. I always love those kinds of things. So even if it's getting like a full body massage, like a lymphatic massage, you know, something like that is so powerful because it teaches you how to receive. If you get in some water, that will be amazing, because once you get into some water and you're floating, you're learning, you're teaching yourself to remember how to be open to receive, and not only receive, but to let go. And that's the main thing that I feel you're at this point. You have to learn how to let go. Learn to let go. Oh, this is Elnor. You said laugh out loud. I live in Arkansas. Well, perfect. Find you a beautiful little in the cut, kind of safe little spot that feels good to the body when you're walking on the land, when you're walking in the space. And I want you to just be there. Just be there. Just be present. No more than 3 days, though. That's all you're going to need, Spirit told me, is 3 days. So there you go. And congratulations on taking care of you. One of the things I've been big on is about us coming back to ourselves. And everyone has got to come back to themselves at this time, because we are going through this massive wave, okay? This wave, baby, it's hot outside and it's a lot of light, and it's coming into the planet. These gamma waves, these delta wave, and even waves of frequency we don't know yet. And I think that's why the bee story came up the other day when I was telling the story about the beekeeper, because, you know, bees can see ultraviolet light. They can see rays of light that humans, we haven't attuned ourselves to see yet, but we actually can feel those waves. And this is what a lot of us are feeling in our body that we don't have a name for. What is going on? What is happening with us? What we're feeling on the inside? It's a little different, and we can't just call it one thing or the other. It is something completely different. Okay, no more questions, you guys. I am trying to I'm going to try to see if I can get to all of these super chats. So please, we're going to cut it off right here, because we already way over an hour and I wanted to come on just for this short time. But yeah. Let's see. Hi, Miss Blue. I would like to know what guidance do my spirit guides have about my relationship with my mother and my decision to create distance and the path towards healing and peace. Um, it's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do. And your guides are really showing me that this is the right thing for you to do at this moment. I would say trust yourself. Trust yourself in it. It's the right thing for you to do. And, I want you, though, to see this a little different than, and I know you get this. Don't make this about what your mother is doing wrong. Don't do that. This is about the triggers that are happening inside of you. I'm seeing these little nesting dolls. And whenever I see nesting dolls, this is spirit showing me that there can be some sort of ancestral pattern. And that's what you're trying to heal. Because really, anytime your mother does something, it's triggering you within your own relationship and you as a mother yourself. It's showing the connection. It's showing how that has transferred and you don't want it to continue. So creating the distance is good because it's going to finally allow you to accept your mother for who she is, right? But at the same time, then you have to accept you for who you are. And that's going to be the real challenge. Not accepting your mother, but accepting yourself and really taking the time to find the love within yourself and to heal. There is something transformative that happens when we heal, and our ancestors talk about it. And this is how they could forgive so easy. One, because they understood the magic of forgiving. They understood the miracle that comes after you forgive, because forgiving is not excusing an action or a behavior, but it's giving yourself permission to move forward. Your future self, it's forward giving. It's like you planting seeds for your future self before you arrive. Imagine if you had a beautiful garden, but you only went to this garden maybe once or twice a year. You couldn't show up at the garden and then start digging holes and think while you were there you were going to enjoy all of the fruits and the vegetables in the garden, because it takes time for those seeds to germinate. It takes time for those seeds to begin to grow, and it needs water, it needs sunlight, it needs nurturing from the soil in order for it to grow. And so right now, this is really you saying that you are planting seeds for your future self so that they can take root and they can grow, that you can forgive, not just your mother, but you can forgive yourself. And that's going to be your healing. I feel like you've done a lot of work in this area. And this final reminder was you sort of making a dedication to yourself. And I talked about a dedication coming up in the past shows. So I would encourage you to download, and listen to the last 3 shows I did here. Because that dedication you're making to yourself right now is going to activate that final layer of healing and give you that peace that you need. And so that you know you are breaking the pattern finally, once and for all. And the powerful thing about patterns, as easy as we can break them, we can recreate them. And so you're really giving yourself space so you don't recreate a pattern you've worked so hard on letting go of. So this is like that final layer of that pattern. So I think this is a powerful move, a very self-loving move. And so now you have to learn how to trust and to do your own internal work so the pattern doesn't repeat. Yeah. So I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. Powerful. Congratulations. Congratulations to you. Yeah. All right. Let's go here. Jasmine says, I feel guided towards working with children. I love that, but unsure where I'm being led to do so. I would appreciate insight into the path where I can be the greatest of service and fulfill my highest purpose. That's a big one. That's a big one, Jasmine. When you say highest purpose, I know what you mean, and the greatest service. First of all, let me just tell you the fact that you want to honor what you're being guided. That puts you in the greatest of service, and that puts you in the greatest and the highest of your purpose. When you're unsure about how to do that, what I'm really hearing is you want to see what everybody else is doing to make the most impact. And I want you to kind of dial that back and take that pressure off of yourself because you know exactly how you want to work with children. In fact, you are a light immediately coming into your energy. I could just feel all the children, and I'm talking about our inner child. We just came to a state of calm. Even just your energy is calm. It's just very calm, very gentle, very calm. And so whether that is you opening up, I don't like to call it a daycare center because that's what they say back in the day, or they may stay now, but a nurturing center for children. Just by them being in your presence, you are being of great service to them. You are reminding them that there are places where they can be free, where they can express themselves, and where they can feel safe. And you're giving that to their parents. And so, whatever you do with children, you have the energy and you have the vibration to bring that to light in a powerful way. I will say, since you don't know where to start, Ms.Blue is I'm going to put my little cosmic 2 cents in there of what I channeled for you, is to start doing a reading circle for children. And even if you were to start with something online where you gather parents and children together and you read children's books to them, because you have a particular vibration and frequency, and I know that too well. I can tell that from a distance of just telling stories to the children and talking with them. And so even if you gather the children together at a particular age and you have them in person, that would be beautiful. I see you sitting at a park where the children and the parents would come, and the children come sit. It's hot outside right now, girl, so we got to find somewhere indoors. But I'm sure Barnes and Nobles will gladly give you a corner, right? And you arrange for the children to come and you begin to speak to the children or read or talk to them about a story if they're older children. But anything you do with children, they're going to feel your light and your presence. And they love your energy. They trust your energy. And it really is going to translate even to their parents, just witnessing your interaction. So, whatever you do, it's going to be magical. It's going to be powerful for the children. It's going to be powerful. So I would say, if you can find a group of local children, and even if they come to you, parents are looking for a safe place for their children, and it's summertime. Even if you keep them for 3 or 4 hours and you're telling them stories and you're working with them and, they're just in your presence, hanging out with you, that is worth gold to a parent that knows that someone who loves children, someone who has a calling towards children, their children get to be in their presence. Do you know how powerful that is? And the children will love it, and the parents will love you for doing it, and they will gain so much from you, your wisdom, your knowledge, your love, your care, and just your energy around them. So take some time, and I want you to explore the thing that lights you up the most. And I want you to start. Don't wait. This calling is coming to you, but I have a feeling, because your guides are letting me know, this calling came up to you before, and you kind of almost whisked it away, or you tapped into it, but not like you wanted to. But I think it's here to stay in a very powerful way for you. So there you go. I'm excited for you, and I think it's going to be amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. If everyone is saying that and you're feeling that, then it's time to do that. It's time to do that. Yeah, it's time. It's time. And how beautiful. Let's go here. Oh, I am so sorry for your loss, Empress Evelyn. Ms.Blue, my mother passed a month ago. Since she passed, I feel a sense of freedom of expression came over me. Yeah, I'm so glad. I've been on this high, and I don't drink and I don't do drugs, and I haven't felt this light in a long time. It's so good. It's so good. And your mother is celebrating with you. And she wasn't the most easiest person in the world, especially towards the end of her life. And she is so excited for you that you are feeling this freedom, because the freedom that you're feeling is not just for you, it's her freedom. Because a large portion of her life, she was locked into fear. She was locked into pain. She was locked into a lot of patterns, family patterns. But one of the things your mother said, and she made herself that promise, is that she was taking all of this shadow of the family with her. And she took it. She held it. She embodied it. And she's still holding it. And she finally was able to let it go herself. So this freedom of expression, this celebration is not just for you, it's for your mother too. And she's jumping for joy with you. Jumping for joy with you. In fact, she's saying, as I'm sitting here, Ms.Blue, we made it. We made it. We did it. And she's thanking you. She's saying, we did it. We did it. Yeah. 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 So she's celebrating, and she wants you to celebrate. She wants you to live life to the fullest, express yourself, be your true, authentic self. Let nothing hold you back. Go after your biggest and your wildest dreams and live your life to the fullest. So that's why you feel this freedom in such a profound way, because your mother agreed to take with her so many patterns, so much pain, so much unsaid hurt, so much poverty. She took it all with her. She took it all with her. She embodied it. She said she lived it, and she took it with her. And she finally let it go, so that you or none of the others in the family would have to carry this burden if they so not choose. And she's so grateful for you. for your patience, your kindness, your love. Yeah. And she's excited. Yeah. She's so excited. Please talk to her, honey, because she's excited and she's learning so much from you. She is. But she is at peace. She is so at peace. Yeah. Yeah. Ashe and amen. Yeah. Blessings. 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 Wow. Wow. That's a good one. She took it with her. She took it with her. That's a bold move. That's a tough sister. That's a tough sister. Let's see. Peace. I've been seeing lots of things that are connected to my dad. Seeing 717, his birthday, on dimes. He collected them and he wanted me to write with brown ink, and brown is his favorite color. What is he trying to tell me? Hmm. So, now help me out here, because are you currently in the market or attempting to make a big purchase? Are you attempting to make some sort of purchase? You know, I'm going from something to seeing something that looks like what we would call like a townhouse to a car. I'm seeing some sort of purchase, either some sort of purchase, some sort of move, some sort of move, some sort of purchase. And let me know if you're still here, Carlette, the Urban Empress. Love that name. We just had 2 Empresses back to back, y'all. Hey, look at the magic in that. But let me know if you are moving, just move, thinking of buying a house, thinking of buying some sort of townhouse, because this looks like some sort of townhouse, some sort of, I don't know how else to describe it. Townhouse, brownstone townhouse, and a car. There's a car. So either there's a move, you just recently moved somewhere, or something moved from one place to the other, or there's a major purchase or attempt to make a major purchase that is coming up. So let me know, Carlette, if you're still here. Yes, no, maybe. So am I on the live? Is the live still moving? We still here? We still here? We still good? Carlette must not be here anymore, or she can't talk. I'm going to come back because I want to share that on camera. So if with her, if she's here, I want her to see if she can answer that for me. Let's go to the next one. Okay. Okay, let's see. All right. I had a dream. I had dreams of my partner cheating on me. 9-year relationship. I have trust issues. I love her and my son, but can never get complete peace. So, 2 things. And I don't want to alarm you, but what you may be picking up is the lack of attention that you're being shown. And I feel that could be come across as cheating, where the attention that once used to be with you at the beginning of the relationship, like Spirit is really showing me, like there was this very much soul connection. And I would say more so, it seems like there's a lot of distance, meaning I don't know if you're here, she's there, and there's a lot of moving pieces, like you both are busy. So work could be keeping you both extremely busy, going back and forth, doing different things. And so that attention that once was focused on you is no longer focused on you. That's focused on work. That's focused on other things. It's being divided. It's being divided. So divided. Like I see like it's so many moving parts and so divided. Now, what I would encourage you to do is to have real honest conversations. And when you say you have trust issues, I understand why. Because some of those trust issues, yeah, some of those trust issues, some of those trust issues came from you early in the relationship. And now it seems like the tables have turned. I feel like there is someone else that she is kind of giving attention to, but not completely out of the relationship. But there is someone else that this attention is going to. Work is a big part of it. And there is someone else that she's a little bit more free to speak to. What I would tell you is you have to stop being so insecure, even though there's a reason to be insecure, but you have to stop being so insecure, because a portion of how you've handled this is what is driving the distance between the two of you, instead of trying to understand what is going on. I feel like there's still a lot of love there, but there's been this clash that's going on. And honestly, you guys are due for a big change. And that change needs to primarily come from both of you, but also you. If you would lighten up and really, sit down, have a conversation about where are we in the relationship and how do we move forward? Because what it's calling you both to do is the way the relationship is going now, it's not working for nobody, not even your son. So you guys need to just kind of say, you know what? We need to decide if we're going to stay together or we're not. And if you bring the conversation that way, in a calm way, and say, because we need to end our relationship as it is now, and we need to decide on the things that are important to us and how we're going to come back together, not the way it was, not the way it is, but how can we make it better? Because there's so many things you guys have learned about each other over the course of 9 years. And remember, she's just as human as you are. And sometimes I think men forget that about women. And sometimes I think women forget that about men. Your partner is just as human as you. And so when you got that little thing in your ear after you want to really say something, but you hold it in and you looking at that person like you full of shit. Yeah, they looking at you like that too. Like you guys are just as human as each other. But this is time for you guys to really reconcile. Have a great 4th of July. This is not the energy to do it in. I would wait maybe about a week and then calmly sit down and have the conversation. You got trust issues for a very good reason. And so, in a way, some of this is a taste of your own medicine, but it's not coming from her. It's coming from your own karma. But you can make this right because I see a lot of love there. You two can come together. And I feel she's open to it, but it's a lot of things she's frustrated about when it comes to the relationship, when it comes to how the household is run, when it comes to things that she wants to do, when it comes to how the family does things, and just your attitude sometimes because you really want her to do something else. And maybe that's a discussion after you two sit down. You can figure out that you guys can do something else in a different kind of way, something that kind of brings everybody together, in a more loving way. So have fun over these days that when you guys are together, don't make anything heavy, nothing over the top. There's still a lot of love there for both of you guys. And don't make it heavy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you say, we already had the conversation a week ago and even this week, and I've understand what I've done. It's a lot of healing to be done on both ends. Feels good to talk to someone else about it. Yeah. So no more talk about it this week. Good. So this is what I'm saying. It's in a good place, but no more talk about it this week. This week, we just have a good thing, and it's you have things you have to work on. She has things you have to work on, and you know how to make her feel safe with you, safe in the relationship, and extremely loved and adored, because that's what you did when you met her. You showered her with love. You almost love bombed her. The only difference is you really meant it in your heart. You wasn't out here just trying to love bomb her just to go on to someone else. You really loved her. And so when you start a relationship like that and you don't keep it up, that can be a little tricky. Not saying you got to constantly do it, but it's just time for you guys to come back together to see what is needed, to see how we're going to move forward even better. So it's not about going back to where you were, right? That's great, beautiful memories. It's not about where you are, right? Because this is kind of uncomfortable with everyone. But guess what? It's about making it even better, because now you guys know exactly everything you need to know. And it is going to be better. Yeah, it's going to be better. So this week, just have fun. Give yourself about 2 weeks. Have fun. Everybody, nothing, everything, just let it go. I don't care. You're feeling insecurity. Now you already know what the insecurity is. It's deep, but it ain't deep. It ain't that. It ain't that deep. It's not like that. It's not a loss. It's not that. So focus on the family. Focus on loving her the way you used to love her. And that's really ultimately what she wants. She, as much as you want her attention, she wants yours. Yeah. So there you go. And take care of that baby. Yeah, take care of that baby. Peace and love to you. Thanks for coming up. I thought I told y'all no more. No more. Let's see. All right. Turquoise Thunder. Let's go here. Whew. Walking on a trail this morning, I felt like I had a mob walking with me. Ooh. Okay. But remember, Turquoise, I told you to ask a question. And this ain't really a question. Not what my spirit guides. Maybe you came in a little late. So I'm going to help you out. You came in a little late. So here's the thing. And no more super chats, you guys. I've said no more super chat, you guys. because I got to get out of here. I think I got one more question I'm going to take, and then the rest, I'm going to have to table it. So no more super chats, please. Okay. So how many spirit guides do I have? You said you felt like you have a mob. You do. You got 13 spirit guides that are with you. And each one of those spirit guides have a portal that's open behind them. And inside of there, they have like 50, 60 spirit guides that are with them. Okay. And so when 13 spirit guides are working with you, number one is for courage, to give you courage. There are some things that you are working with and transitioning into over the course of these next 3 months. And your spirit guides are here to give you that courage so that you can follow through on these things that you have elected to do, to be. The 3 is there to really help you with your expression of yourself, the expression. I'm also seeing the 3 because I feel like there are 3 more things you must complete before you move to the next level. And I feel like this has something to do with you and your work. It's like 3 more things you need to complete before you can graduate, I'm hearing, before you can move up. Well, it could be at work, but it doesn't feel like traditional work, but something you're studying, doing, something you're connecting with. There's 3 more uh 3 more things to complete. Like there's a 3-step process that is there. Because ultimately, over the course of this next, and there's the 3 again, the next 3 months, like I'm getting, like I'm literally seeing the 3 months. It's like you're gonna have a whole new foundation. Like things are changing for you really fast. One of the things to focus on, I hear, is your health, your finances, and your home. Those are the 3 areas to really focus on. And so that's what your spirit guides are here to help you with. And good luck. Good luck. And yes, you got a mob. So there's like 13 of them. And from what I can see, there's like 65, 70 inside of that archway that is open behind you. And so this is really for you to have that courage of what you're walking into. Literally, you said you were on the trail and you were walking, and your spirit guides are helping you with what you're walking towards. Like it's something you want to achieve, something like a marker, something significant marker you're working towards, and your guides are here to support you on that endeavor. So good luck, good luck, good luck, good luck. Yeah. Hmm. All right. So this is the last question, you guys, I am going to take. That's why I'm telling y'all no more, no more, no more, no more. So I want to talk about this. I am struggling with deciding if I should hold on to a friendship that I've had for decades. It's draining because they always call me about their problems. I think if it's your friendship, it's worth trying to get some sort of understanding. They always call you about their problems because you always made yourself available. And you never spoke up and said, listen, I'm your friend, but our friendship has to be reciprocal. And you can't just keep calling me about my problems. If you're not interested in investing in me, in my life, then we're not really friends, are we? I think it's going to come with some maturity to have that conversation. If you've been friends for decades, then you need to renegotiate what the friendship is. I know for me, when friendships, it could even be business ships, relationships, if it's not reciprocal, I'm not interested in it. But that's me. I don't care how long you've been around. I'm not interested. When it's not reciprocal, I'm not interested, you know? But you have to also realize that you created a situation where the only thing that was required in the friendship was someone to call you and ask you questions about their problems, and you give them answers. You accepted that as the friendship. Now, you can do one or two things, because I've been in that situation. If this is a person you really love and you care about, you make space, but you set healthy boundaries. And so you stop answering the same question over and over again. You stop responding when they're just spiraling. You stop. You just stop doing it. You stop enabling them. But a part of that was enabling you. And so the better question here is, why did you want a friendship that was only predicated on you answering their problems? Maybe you should think about being a coach. Maybe you should think about, opening you a business where you can assist people in their life, because clearly you got a client slash friend that has been with you for decades, and they keep calling you and asking questions, and you keep answering, and they keep calling back. So there's a greater decoding here. I don't think just to throw away a friend for decades, because you participated in that, but to really renegotiate and get very clear with the friend. Like, listen, I know this is the way we did our friendship, and we did this for decades. Trust me, I didn't have to do it to quite a few friends, but we no longer doing, that's not no longer the friendship I'm interested in. That's not what I'm interested in. If you're never interested in how I'm doing and what's going on with me, you're only calling me so I can help you with something, I'm not interested in that kind of friendship. But let me tell you what kind of friendship I am interested in. And that's where you move from there. So it's never, for me, about throwing away people. It's also never about keeping people close to you that don't mean you well either. I'm not telling you to put yourself in that situation. But this sounds like, from what you're telling me and I'm picking up, that this is a friend that absolutely you have moved beyond where this friend is when it comes to understanding about life and things that are going on. And so this is the person that that friend trusts, that they could come to, that gets something honest, that can get something real, and someone who generally cares about them is going to give them an answer in their best regard. And so they're coming to you. Just let them know, listen, we did this for more than 2 decades, and I'm ready for something else. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this is about you and your boundaries, and also about a need inside of you that needs to be met. And so get you a business, and then your friend becomes that free charity case. And I'm not calling your friend a charity, but I'm saying that's who you do that for free for. Yeah, you can call me, because I like answering questions. I like helping people. You understand? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you say, thank you very much. I do have trouble setting boundaries. I did have a conversation about this before. She stopped talking to me for over a year. And then we resolved things, but only after I apologize. Well, there's your answer. There's your answer. That's your answer. So that's it. You don't have to apologize. But I think you should apologize because you let this go on for more than 1 or 2 decades. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Your fault. You let this go on. This ain't her fault. You should apologize and you should keep your distance. You know, sometimes things do come to an end of a season. You don't have to hate it. You don't have to try to destroy them. You don't have to try to make them wrong. None of that is required. But you're ready for something else. And that's what I want you to honor. You are ready for something else when it comes to friendships, when it comes to connection. Just make sure that you are not doing to this friend, you are not doing to others what this friend is doing to you. You said, I never even thought about looking at it that way, about being good at giving advice. You have to be. More than 2 decades. She's still calling you her friend and get mad if you say something and she can't ask you a question. Oh, you might want to go be a life coach. You might want to go into some sort of service. Yeah, because you got a gift for it. And she letting you know your gift is so good that I don't need to never apologize. You need to, because your gift is so good. I'm literally helping you find your calling. I'm helping you find your calling in life because you don't know what it is. So let me tell you, it's helping me with my problems. That's your calling. So you get it. So that's it. That's all. You know, you can sometimes learn how to love people, as the song taught us, from a distance. You can love people from a distance. So there you go, my love. Congratulations to you. I see. Okay, didn't I tell y'all I'm not doing those spirit guide questions? Christine, you're going to have to give me your question. You might not have been here for the whole question, but please give me the question. Give me your question and then I will answer. I'm always in contact with your spirit guides, your angels, and your ancestors, but tell me your question. And I want you all to hear this. I'm not being nitpicky when I say, tell me the question. There is something very powerful that happens when you're talking about communicating with spirit, ancestors, and spirit guides. And one of the, oh, you said I was late. Oh, you was late. Okay. No problem. But there is something very powerful that happens. This is how you open up that energy with your ancestors, because they cannot get activated unless you ask them. So if you have a question, ask a question. Ask a question. Just ask the question and they will open up. The communication will open up. So many people know they will open up to the point where you will start to hear them more in your life. Yeah. So as soon as I get this one, I will be right there, Christy. All right. Let's see. How and when do I heal from my separation and divorce? When do you heal? You heal now. You're in the healing process now. How can you not be? How do you heal? One day at a time. You do. You get to take your time to heal. But the truth is, the separation and divorce is a part of the healing. Now, the circumstances, I know, that's going to forever kind of run in the back of your mind. But I want you to know that with time, you will get past that. But the divorce and the separation was the healing. That was a big part of the healing. And I know you know that. I know you feel that. That was a big part of it. No, it doesn't feel easy at this moment. It's a little bit of a struggle. But I want you to get out of the blame game. I want you to get out of who was wrong, who was right. Get out of that. Because now you have your beautiful life to live. Your beautiful life to live, to grow, to find another love if that's what you so choose. Take the lessons you've learned from that relationship and move forward. But the first step, I would tell you, it has to be self-love. Because if you look at this relationship honestly, you already know that it was a lot of rocky places. It started on a rocky ground and it ended on a rocky ground. And there was many times in this relationship that you wanted it to be over. Maybe not this way, but you wanted it to be over. It didn't feel good. It didn't feel calm. It didn't feel safe. There were moments that you lost yourself in it. And now you get the opportunity to love yourself back to life. That's how you do it. Through self-love, taking time with yourself, realizing your worth. Because this relationship and this divorce, it taught you that you don't know what you're worth. And you're worth a lot, right? And that. But I want you to know you're healing, and I need you to hear Ms.Blue clear. The divorce, separation, that is the healing. So that part is done. That's the healing. Now, the how is to fall madly and passionately in love with you. Stay out of blame, because two people are in a relationship. So there is no one such thing as it's their fault or this person's fault, but just fall in love with you. Get to know what it feels like. What do you love now? What kind of things excite you? What is your favorite food? Like, how do you want to dress? You know, how do you want to wake up? What kind of sheets do you want to put on your bed now? And how do you trust yourself now? Because this taught you about what you're picking up in your intuition versus what your mind was telling you. So you've learned so many things about yourself, but I don't want you to think that you're struggling with healing. The healing has happened. That's the healing. How you move forward is falling in love with you. Yeah. So there you go. There you go. The whole world, get curious about life again and fall in love with you and know that anything is possible. Anything is possible for you. Yeah. All right. Ooh, y'all taking me through there with the questions. Let's see. My grandmother passed away recently. I'm sorry to hear that your grandmother passed away. I'm sending you so much love. Is there something she wants me to know? A few things. She wants you to know, number one, she's at peace. She's at peace. I honestly don't feel like this is your question. This isn't your question. I think you really are concerned about your grandmother, but this isn't the question. This isn't your question. This isn't your question. This is not your question. Mm-mm. So I see a piece of paper floating in front of me. And whenever I see that, I know that there is something legal coming up, something you must sign. agree to um, but I feel like this is something legal that may have something to do with some sort of court case or something with the courts. And it could be over something trivial. I don't want to make it as trivial as like a traffic ticket or some sort of something of that nature, or some small violation or something. But this isn't about your grandmother. There's something else going on. And if it's not you, it's someone in the family, someone close to you is going through something that they need to get resolved or they want to get resolved. That would have to do with my husband and child support with his ex. Something is getting ready to break through with this. Yeah, something's getting ready to come up with this. Make sure, and this, your grandmother is leading me to something. So make sure that you have all of your tax documents for the last couple of years, because something is getting ready to go with this child support. I don't know if the ex is trying to ask for more money or trying to get some sort of back pay, but there is something brewing in the background with this legal situation. Make sure that you have all of your ducks in order when it comes to taxes, and particularly in the last couple of years. What I'm hearing is you want to go back for you. It's definitely going to be the last 4 years. For him, the last 5 years. Make sure you have those documents of the last 5 years. Start putting together times, like if it's anything he went out of his way, you guys went out of your way to pay for the child. Yeah, she's getting ready to make a big deal. If these things are not in place, it could go either way. I'm just telling you, it can go either way. Yeah. It can go either way. And she's going to try to get him on some things that may not have been documented, or the way she received the money or received something. I don't know if he bought her something, a car, if he contributed to something. Good. Funny thing is, she's been hiding money. Okay, well, so Ms.Blue ain't making this up, and your grandmother's trying to put you on to it. Your grandmother, because your grandmother's telling me, Ms.Blue, I had a strong sense too. She said I be knowing stuff too. So listen, make sure you have all them paperworks. Anything he brought, like if he just went and said, okay, we went on a trip, paid for her to go on a trip, receipts, credit card receipts, keep all of that, but you need to have it ready, because she's trying to pull a big one, and she's really trying to get to see if she goes to college, that he will continue to give her child support while she's in college for those 4 years, and she's trying to get the price increase because she's trying to prove that he has the money to increase the child support. So I would say, listen. Well, it doesn't matter that she takes trips. I want us to get out of that. And I know it ain't just you. I hear people say that all the time. It doesn't matter what she does because she's allowed to live her life. But she's saying he's responsible for this much of this to take care of this child because she's with me the majority of the time. So her taking trips, her buying expensive things ain't got nothing to do with the child support. I need you to know that that's a distraction because I'm telling you, she's coming with the bomb fire. She's coming and she got her ducks in order. So get your ducks in order. Don't underestimate her. This is a smart chick. Just like you a smart chick, she a real smart chick. That's how she's been able to get away with all of this. And I'm telling you, I seen that legal paper coming down. And this is something that she wants to get because she's trying to get some things retroactive. I feel like what he started out paying and what he's paying now is completely different. And she's trying to get them to go back, give more money, and continue to pay for that child and support and do other things. So be advised. Be advised. I know he paid everything and even got a refund. Yeah, because they passed that new law to get a refund. But I'm telling you, and I know you hear me, I'm telling you, get your ducks in order. Get it in order. Yeah. Get your ducks in an order. I'm telling you, get it in order because it's a loophole in there that she's trying to really get tapped into. To get tapped into. So there you go. Wishing you the best of luck. Best of luck with that. Because ultimately we want to make sure the child is supported and taken care of. And I know that's what you want as well too. So yeah. Didn't I tell y'all no more questions? Y'all don't listen. Let's see. Last one, you guys, and then I'm out. And then we're out. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Inner alchemy. No, ma'am. We're going to have to wait. We're going to have to get that question next time. Okay. Nobody else. No more. Y'all trying to make sure. Y'all trying to test my gangster right now. I get it. Y'all trying to test my gangster. I get it. That's how it goes for y'all. You know, that is so true, Reiki. That's so true. That's so true. It's like they said, forget about what Ms.Blue said. We gonna keep going. Lola, let me know I'm back. I heard you say she wanted to tell me something. Oh, and now Carletta, where you been? I done did about 5 readings since you've been up in here, Carletta. I done moved on. I don't even remember what I told you, Carletta. Listen, let's go. Hi, Ms.Blue. I went through a lot of soul work in the past 2 years and now kind of distant from my family. Am I on the right track? Yes and no. When you say you went through a lot of soul work, I'm always curious to what y'all mean. I know what I mean, and I know what y'all think y'all mean. Yes and no. You're definitely on the right track with a lot of things you're doing in your life, and you have done a lot of work on yourself. distancing yourself from your family is cool till it ain't. It's cool till it ain't. Because the truth of the matter is a lot of what you had going on wasn't all your family's fault. And that's all I want you to take into consideration. Are you on the right path? Yes and no, right? But you're going to figure it out. And I know that's the reason you asked the question. I want you to take it one day at a time. And I want you to keep loving yourself. Because quite honestly, I'm not excited about the people you're around right now. I get it. You left your family, but I'm really not jumping up and down for a lot of people you got in your life right now. Because some of them are worse than your family. And I know you know that. I want you to be safe. And I want you to love yourself. And I want you to trust yourself. I want you to continue to trust yourself. And don't be afraid to change your mind, to pivot, to do something different. Don't be afraid to do that. Just keep trusting yourself. Keep loving yourself, because that's the soul work. The soul work is not all of this, what we think is healing and healing. How you heal fast is to love you, because you start to see things in a more expansive way when you heal. And you really get to be able to draw clear lines in the sand about what you want and what you don't want, what is healthy for you and what is unhealthy for you. But as long as the enemy still exists outside of ourselves, and as long as it's somebody else's fault, we will forever be on a healing journey, because there will be no sovereignty that we can own in that. You only own sovereignty when you really, really come back home to yourself. That's the only place you can get it. You can't get it in a relationship. You can't get it from family. You can't get it from soul tribe. You can't get it from other people. They can be there to be a reflection of what that energy looks like, but that true position of it has to come from you. So I want you to keep trusting yourself. I want you to keep loving yourself, okay? And are you on the right path? Like I said, there's a big portion of you, yes, you're on the right path. And there's another portion of you already know that you're going to have to move past this too. But you'll do it when you're ready, okay? So peace and love to you. Yeah. All right. So who just did something? Oh, wait, before I go here, let me go back to, let me go back. I still haven't fully stopped being around my children's father, and it took me a long time to leave. Yeah. I know. You're going to, don't worry. Keep trusting yourself. Like I said, keep being safe. And yeah. Let me see. Where is Carletta? That's who I want. Carletta said, oh, you asked if I have moved recently, and I have. I moved into an apartment in May of this year. Ooh, girl. You done took me through there, you and your daddy. Your daddy over here with this brown marker. So the dime and the brown marker are two energies of your daddy, but he's also saying this is what you can use to manifest things with. So you take that dime, you're going to take that dime and put a dime near you, and whatever it is that you're working on and wanting to manifest, when you're writing in brown and you're really, really getting into the process of crafting and creating that, your daddy is going to be there to help you manifest your dreams. Just like he helped you move in May, he's also going to help you with this next big purchase. I know you said you ain't made one yet, but it's on its way. So there you go, Carletta. There you go. Thanks for coming back. And you're so welcome, my love. I'm going to send you some sparkles. There you go. There you go. I'm going to send you some sparkles. Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you. A Diary of a Black Dove. Why do I feel like I need to read that book? Please tell us this. You got a book coming out. Because guess what? A Diary of a Black Dove. We want to know that story. That's a good story. We want to know that story. Thank you for coming back, and much gratitude to you as well, too. Let's go here. You're so welcome. Love you too, Carletta, the Urban Empress. Love that name. Love that name. And oh my goodness, Inner Alchemy. This is it, you guys. I'm going to get out of here. I got a lot of stuff to do. I got a lot of stuff to do. Well, thank you for that. And I don't know why I wanted to call you Reiki Man. Your name is not Reiki Man. It is Reiki Meta Treva. I always commend you, Ms.Blue. It is complicated being comfortable sharing with those around me in the tribe and love. Laugh out loud. Yes, it is. Well, beautiful. Good to have you. Good to have you. My aunt helped us with transportation for the move on her end. I feel like I got dropped off in the middle of a story, but we're going to roll with it. We're going to roll with it. But it didn't go well because of the way my mom handled things. And no Greyhound for now. I need clarity with this and everything else going on. Will it end well? Yes, but there will be delays. It will end well, but there will be delays. Yes, it will end well, but there will be delays. Your mom and your aunt has had this dynamic forever, ever. This is not new. This is not new. And your mom is difficult, but your aunt is difficult. Like all of y'all, I love you. All of y'all is a little difficult in your own way. So it's going to work out, but there's going to be some delays. So I would not force anything, but know that there will be some delays, but all will end well. Raise your vibration, pull your energy back out of the back and forth of it, and eventually them two will settle down and they will do what they always do. But it's going to work out, but there is going to be quite a few delays. So don't even get surprised if 2 or 3 times things get canceled, but it will work itself out. There will be some delays. Eventually, them two will make up, and things will start to go smoother. So there will be delays, but all will end well. It will. I really do see all will end well. One of the things I want us to keep in mind, and this is something I've been sharing about as well. So you guys follow me on all socials, TikTok, because I've been doing a lot of work over there. Shouts out to all the new TikTokers, the TT family as well, and even in the Oracle's house as well. But we are moving between timelines. And we're changing timelines so fast. So 1 minute you're in the 5D, next minute 4D, next minute 3D, back to 5D, back to 4D. We're changing dimensions, and not to mention the dimensions we're not talking about. That part. So 3D, 4D, 5D, some people go into 2D. Okay? It's a massive transformational time that we're in right now. The best things we can do is be good to our bodies, be good to ourselves, and kind to one another. Stay aware, stay present, slow down, especially if you're on the road, you're driving a vehicle. Be very aware of driving and things that are going on. Okay. Be very, very, very aware. Okay. Yeah. Because there is a wave coming in, like I told you guys, and there will be millions of people. And particularly with these soccer games going on, and particularly, I think it's a major one going on the 4th. It's going to be some a major, I don't want to call it a reset. It's not a reset. It's a major ripple, because I keep hearing that, like a major ripple. It's almost like a sonic boom is going to happen, like a sonic boom is going to happen on Earth. And that ripple effect is going to go out, and it's going to awaken so many people on the planet. But remember, the different levels of awakening and that consciousness is going to be completely, it's going to be completely different. Completely different. Oh my goodness, Spice 4444, you said, I live right next to the stadium. It's been crazy. The energy off the Richter scale, because what's going to happen during that soccer game, the unconscious, that's what's coming to life. The unconscious on the planet for the collective. And those rays of light are going to be planted into their unconscious. Remember, I told you guys about my throat, my voice recalibrating. Because America, what else is over here with us? Canada, what else is over here with us? Mexico. Our hemisphere here, we are the throat chakra for Earth. And this is where the voice is. This is where the words, this is where the vibration, the frequency is coming out. And all of those people, it's kind of like when Kanye did that last concert before he turned his blueprint in and reincarnated yet again. Do y'all remember that concert? Some of you were there at that Kanye West concert. He opened up that portal. Well, the portal was opening that night and he did the concert, and the energy, because of all the people there, opened it up even wider. And many people who lives were at that concert. If you ask them what were they doing before that concert and what they're doing now, their lives have completely changed, because those souls have agreed to wake up to a different level of their consciousness, or to go down to another level of their own consciousness. Remember, it's never an all or nothing for everyone. It's never. And so just because 5D has been available on the planet in higher dimensions since the beginning of time, all of humanity is not going to 5D. Don't get gagged. Don't let people gag you out in these streets and make you think that. That's not how it works, because it's a soul's choice, right? And then many of us, we've had glimpses of that. But if you're here, you've been doing the work. And since you've been doing the work, you're getting a chance to get that crystallization to come in even more. And when you do that, you're able to channel more of the soul's consciousness into this dimension, meaning dimension, not outside of you, dimensions, which I'm talking about inside of you. And so you're channeling more of your consciousness, because your soul is so big, it could not even fit in our whole galaxy. So you only brought a little piece of your soul down here. And in earlier times and teachings, they talked about how the soul was locked away. Well, humanity has evolved itself, and so the soul is no longer locked away. It's like the boy in the plastic bubble. The soul can see, the soul can hear, the soul can interact, and we've raised our frequency enough that we can connect with the higher self. And so during this upgrade, we'll be able to channel more of that into us. And over the course of the next 2 years, mark the date. And I want us to come back here. You may be completely a different person 2.5 years from now, after tomorrow. It started today and it's opening, but it's going to hit that peak today. That peak is getting to its zenith point tomorrow. It's going to come back down, and then when we get to the 6th, it's going to hit that zenith point. Come back down. When we get to the 9th, it's going to hit that. So we got these 3 waves of consciousness that's coming in. So you've heard great teachers like Dolores Cannon and others talk about the waves of consciousness. Now we got these 3 waves of consciousness. This is Ms.Blue's version of this. These are incoming waves. They are coming in hot. You understand? And it's waking up a whole nother level of consciousness that is inside of us. That's inside. You're not ascending up out of here, even though, unfortunately, and love goes out to everyone in Venezuela. And I want to say shouts out to, I can't remember the sister's name now, that reminded me in my post. And she said she read my post. She's originally from Venezuela, but she wasn't in Venezuela. But she read my post about Venezuela. And she got the chills and started shaking, because in my post that I made at the beginning of the year, when I talked about Venezuela, I talked about something shaking underneath the ground, because I seen that at that time. And that was around the time that I talked about earthquakes. And Venezuela was one of the earthquakes that I had seen put in my prediction show, because I had seen a massive, massive quake happening. And one of those key places was Venezuela. It was also the Philippines, and it was also, what's the other place that had it? Japan. But the major one was Venezuela. And I did a whole dedicated show on Venezuela and what was happening in the waters. But I talked about the ground shaking. If you go look at my Instagram post, the wording in there, it's unfathering of what I was feeling at that time and seeing. And I mentioned it, but I really did the show, and I knew it was important to document it, really, because I wanted the people of Venezuela to know. Of course, that was the time when a lot of things were happening, and I still stand by what I say. This is about the waters. But I also felt the earthquake there, and that's why I made the post the way that I did. So anyway, you guys, listen, we're all needed at this time. And the more that we can take care of ourselves and really in this time be good to ourselves, the more that we can be here for those when they need it, when we need it, when they need our support, when they need our help, the more. And I see right here, you said, wow, that's crazy, because my mom's voice has been randomly getting hoarse lately. And we don't know why, because she's not sick and says her throat doesn't hurt. Yeah. So many of us are recalibrating. And this is one of the ways that I recalibrate. Your mother must have harmonics, like healing medicine within her voice. And when she speaks, it must be a powerful force, like many of us. I'm not saying this is the way everyone will recalibrate. Some of us are recalibrating because we're extremely tired. Some of you are recalibrating when you get extremely energized and can't sleep at night, like you're up for no reason. You understand? And so it's many different ways that people are recalibrating. Some people are having digestive issues within their bodies, headaches, things that we would otherwise say that something is wrong. And don't get me wrong, you need to always take care of your physical body. But I want you to know a lot of this is ascension symptoms that we're all experiencing. And so, yeah, I want to say thank you to everyone. Thank you all for the super chats. Thank you all for your beautiful questions. coming on, sharing your light so we all can learn from each other. I want to let you all know, because I will close it out tomorrow. If you have universal questions, if you can begin to start thinking about questions that could benefit all of the collective, I want you to go to the post after this live. And I want you to leave the question you have, the collective question. And I'm going to tap in. I'm going to tap in with the councils and also with the Akashic records. And I'm going to go in. I'm going to record it. I'm going to do that live. I want to start putting more of those questions out there. I love helping you guys in our personal lives, because I know that we are the light workers here. We are the ones bringing high frequency and vibration, and the ones who are being of assistance on the planet. I love that. But we've got to start expanding our consciousness and awareness. And this is something I've been working with for a while, and I'm going to ask for that request again, because I did the request before, y'all, and y'all didn't understand the assignment, but y'all look like y'all got the assignment this time. So when you go back to the homepage, make sure you like, subscribe, come back, hype the video up, all the good things, share it with a friend or share it with quite a few friends, you know, post it in your story, tell people to come check this out. Who knows? Someone may be dealing with some of the questions that you all answered right now, or they may be able to tap into the frequency to get what they need at this time. I think that is so, so important. So important. Okay. And so I want you all to go back to this post right here on YouTube, right? And when you go back to this post on YouTube, you can go to the community tab or go to post, and it's a picture of me up there, and it has all the directions about asking the question. Post your question there. I'm going to record the video tomorrow, and it will post on the 5th. I'm going to answer all of the questions. Okay? I'm going to answer all of the questions. I will answer the questions, but these aren't personal questions. I think most people didn't answer personal questions, but some people did put personal questions. I'm not answering any personal questions. I'm only answering questions for the collective. So all them questions you think sometimes that's weird, that's out there, I want you to ask them questions over there. Okay? So there you go. And then the video will post. So, I got to go because I'm recalibrating. And I definitely got to do that video tomorrow. So, and I'm excited because I've been kind of peeking in on the questions. I'm not going to really give my focus and attention to it yet until I sit down and honestly go in and answer the questions. So I'm super excited. But I want to say thank you. Happy 4th of July to everyone out there. 4th of July is not just something we're celebrating in America. Remember what the 4th of July stands for. It really stands for freedom. And it can be whatever you want. I would encourage you to make your own declaration for the red, the white, and the blue, and what that declaration is for yourself and collectively for all of us together. Particularly those of us that's in the U.S., one of the things that's going to be important is that we keep our vibration high, especially over the next couple of days. Don't be surprised if the unthinkable happens in the world, okay? A lot of it is a lot of souls will be exiting the planet at this time, but there's a lot of other beautiful things that are happening at the same time. But we want to make sure that everybody is in their right state of consciousness while these things are going on. And so the higher we keep our vibe and anything that we come in contact, remember our consciousness really supports the consciousness of anywhere from 1,000 to 3,000 people that's in proximity to you. That's your whole neighborhood, your whole community. That's everything. And so when you're the one who knows, you're the one responsible. And so we want everybody to be as closer to their higher self as possible so that we can make this a time of freedom. And remember, freedom is a free dome, meaning you're able to think outside of the ego mind and you're able to tap into all of your consciousness. That's real freedom. That's real sovereignty, right? And it's a lot that all of us have to be proud of as people who have ancestry, lineage, family members, and being a part of the USA. We're not talking about the disgruntled part. We're talking about the rest of us here that really is for the love and the light and the freedom of all people on the planet. Hold that frequency because your frequency matters. We're moving in a time where it's going to be all about frequency. I am Miss Blue, the Soulful Oracle. I love you all so much. I can't wait to hear your thoughts about this show, as well as for you to leave a comment. Don't forget, we got a class that's coming up in September. It is called the Hit Code, and you can check that out as well. Go to the community tab or the post tab. All of that information is there. And what else do I want to tell you? I think that's it for now. If you're not following me on all the other social media platforms, definitely I want you to check it out. I love you all. Oracle kisses. Have a good day tomorrow. Don't be out there popping no firecrackers. Don't do it. Because anybody popping firecrackers on my street, no, they already know better. We don't do that over here. Don't do that. Because it's hot outside. But go somewhere safe and do it if that's what you're going to do. Don't be out there shooting up no bang bang either, thinking that's cute, because what goes up must come down. So don't do that. Be safe. Have fun. And I will see you all back here. And I can't wait for y'all to see the video on the 5th. That's going to be exciting. So peace and love. I love you all. Peace and love, you guys. Ciao. I got to remember how to get out of here. Peace and love.